So I started this video where the house used to be. This is where you start, your guy starts. And behind me there's a tunnel that goes over to one of my mining places. I built the tunnel so I could light it up at night and be safe from monsters. Above where the house used to be, I built a big, huge tower with gold on top of it. So when I'm over at the mining place and I get lost, I can look into the sky and see that's where my base is. And the first box that I ever built, and I didn't delete it because it's pretty sentimental. I don't want to delete my memories. There's my base, and at night I put sand there so nothing can get in. And this is the first level. There's nothing here except there's like the access tunnel to the lookout, which is pretty bad. I'm going to redo the lookout because it looks really bad from outside. But you can go up here and you can look around. And yeah, it's really bad. I'm going to have to remake that. So, first level, I first dug into this big thing so that no monsters would kill me, and there's a hole in the ground, so I just built downwards. So this was my first base, and it's still the base that I use. It's got all my items, except for all my weapons that I don't have. Oh shoot, the phone's ringing. Alright, so it doesn't have any weapons that I have, and it doesn't have any of my gardening supplies, because all my gardening supplies are in this one, which isn't much, because I don't garden much, but I put it over here because this is my gardening area. I made a greenhouse with glass above it, and you can see I don't garden much because this is all grass, none of it's wheat, because usually I think it's done, but it's not. Like, that looks kind of done, and I hit it, it's just seeds, doesn't have any wheat in it. But, so that's the gardening room, not much to it. I built some flowers down there, and I have a furnace specifically for bread so I can cook wheat in it. But then I remembered that you don't cook wheat, you make it, so that's useless. Where'd that wheat go? Whatever. Go there later. This is the first, when I first started mining, I built this little spiral staircase, which turned out to be just one of my hallways. That place is off limits because I dug a really deep hole in there and got lost, and so I just kept digging, and I was really lost, and I ran out of wood, and I ran out of pickaxes, so I decided I needed to dig up, and I started digging upwards, and I broke an underground lake, and it flooded me, so I just turned around and went back up. This area is my armory, so this is where I keep all the weapons that broke, or were breaking, and I didn't want them to break. And then this one's where I keep all the items that are fixed, which isn't much right now, but I used to have it like a quarter full with swords and stuff. And then there's no real use for it, so I got rid of it, or I stopped using it. Back when I first started mining this, it was really hard to remember what was what, and so I put that little flower there so I could remember, keep my way. It's like a landmark. And then up here, there isn't much going on up here. Except I have a furnace room, so I can have all 4 furnaces going if I want to melt a bunch of stone all at once. And this place is right next to the surface. That's why there's dirt. And the reason this got made is because a bunch of creepers kept making I don't know, giant fat hole, like a meteor hit or something like that. And I made some use out of it, made it into a furnace room. I don't think there's anything over here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But there was some gold, so I got some gold from it. And I'm going to go to the forbidden place really quick and show you one of my surface tunnels that goes to a place that I used to mine. But I don't anymore. I don't know why. So that's the fatty hole that would go to that goes to underground lake. It's all flooded now, and when the water came, it broke all my torches, so it's pitch black down there. And one of these tunnels will go to the underground mine that has all the resources that I was getting. I think it's this one. This is a fatty mine, pretty much gone from one mountain to another, because I originally went to that mountain on the surface, and then I decided it'd be better to have an underground tunnel. And as I built the underground tunnel, I found a bunch of resources. That's why this is all mined out still. And there's a lot of resources in here. But anyway, I kept the tunnel going, and I just headed to the other mine. And I broke into the mine here, and all these torches here were already placed. So I just happened to come out of the tunnel right where I had mined. And eventually, if I run around enough in here, I'll probably get lost. But I'll also find some lava, because the only crystal that I've ever gotten was in this mine, and it was down by some lava. There's one thing that I built in my base, but I forgot to show you it. So I'm going to run back, but I'm not going to show that part in the video. Alright, so I'm back in my base at that landmark flower, and I'm going to show you the little shrine room, because when I got the crystal, that's what reminded me of it, is I built a pickaxe out of it so I get out from the lava, because I was really, really low in the lava. I was running out of stuff to get out, so I built a crystal pickaxe, and I used it for a long time, and I thought crystal was invincible, but it's not. So it eventually broke, and I didn't want it to break all the way like with my other items, so I built this shrine out of iron and gold, and I built this entire room out of stone slabs, which is made from 3 of these stones. And that mushroom also is a landmark. That was originally here, and I wanted to put it inside its own little case, like here. This is all the crystal I've ever found on this entire save file. But if you put a box with something on top of it, you can't open it. So I had to build an entire tunnel around the side, and I eventually walled it in, but it's not like that anymore. So you can't tell. There's a big surface tunnel behind it. But anyway, I think that is my entire base, and this is where it was originally. There you go.